So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. You're born who you are. You change what you have to. You're born who you are. You can change if you have to. You're born who you are. You must change 'cause you want to. It's time to focus on your dreams. Put them off so long, they're there but can't be seen. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. Let's step up our game a bit and use those things we quit, and laugh and smile and say we're lucky to be alive. It's time to start to do those things, the goals you set, the ones you call your dreams. But how hard do you try? You're lucky to be alive. So you're bringing it, the start of the year. You know you got nothing but cheer. Your family and your friends, they are so proud of you. It's time to start to do those things.
Good morning. My name is Christina, and on behalf of the pastor and our Board of Trustees, welcome to the Andrew Jackson Davis Building. We ask that you turn your cell phones off at this time, and we also ask that you please keep your masks on for the duration of our Sunday service. To begin our service, Coquette Cruz will light 3 lights, symbolizing the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Woohoo. Please rise as you are able for the invocation. Infinite Spirit, we are grateful for the opportunity to gather together and connect with one another and with a special part of ourselves today. We are thankful for the chance to learn something new or be reminded of something great. We begin this new year with a heart full of hope. Amen. You may be seated. Located in our bulletin are the Declaration of Principles. Please join with me in reciting them. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the Golden Rule. Whatsoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing contained in the Bible are divine attributes proven through mediumship. In the bulletin is the healing prayer. Please recite this with me as well. Prayer for spiritual healing. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. Okay. Whoop, wrong page. Now it's time to enjoy a guided meditation. So go ahead and get comfy. And we'll start our guided visualization with 2 deep breaths that completely fill your lungs. At this time, let your eyes fall gently closed and take a very relaxing, a very deep breath until you are completely comfortable and completely calm in your chair. Now imagine that you are standing in a beautiful wooded area. The wind through the trees makes a soft, gentle breeze, and the temperature on your skin is just perfect. You look around at the beauty in the woods. And you look down, and you may notice that there's an animal helping spirit next to you. If you're able, merge with your animal helping spirit, because the journey is beginning. Start running through the woods, faster and faster through the woods. You're totally safe. And you noticed a mist descending in front of you and then around you. And the mist gets thicker and thicker as you continue running through the woods. When the mist clears, you'll find yourself standing in a clearing at the edge of the woods and near the ocean. You walk over to the edge of the water, and there's a small round boat waiting for you. Step into the boat and ask the sea to take you to an island that holds a revelation or a teaching for you that you need at this time. As you go out and cross the water, it only takes a few minutes when you see an island come into view, and the boat that you are on will land there. The island itself holds a message for you. The message is symbolic. It means something for you, your life, your lesson, your journey. In your mind's eye, examine the nature and substance of the island. Look around. What does it reveal to you about you or your life? Is there anyone there? What else do you encounter? Animals? Birds? What else is on the island that's presenting itself to you? And if you're not sure, ask your helping animal spirit for more insight. Stay there. Take in the sights, the sounds, the feelings. Expand your awareness, your perception. Take what you need from the message of the island. Breathe it in. Look around and listen. Our time on the island is ending. So gather yourself. Say your thank yous and your goodbyes, and step back on the boat to make your way across the water. And in just a moment, step off of the boat and walk back into the woods, where you begin running, slowly at first, but then quicker, through the woods and back through the mist. The mist is clearing, and you will stop in the woods where we started. Look down and bid farewell to your animal helper, and let your awareness come back into this room. With your next breath, your awareness into your body, bringing the message of the island back with you, your awareness of your chair, and you may open your eyes. So that's it. You get an island vacation for the new year, right? Yay. That was pretty good, right? You're welcome. And hi, all of our social media people. Forgot to say good morning to you as well. And Happy New Year, everybody. So Joy Sagar is one of the coolest guys on the planet, and he is our guest speaker today. And what an amazing way to start off our new year. I want to share with you, he is a wealth of knowledge. He is a forever student. He is the most giving, most prolific teacher. I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of teachers here in Cassadaga, and he's kind of a rock star. But and it's such a privilege to share him with you. Some of the notes I made is he is very compassionate. I can't read my writing, but he's curious about everything. And if you ever look at his webpage or see email chains, curious, tell me, teach me, and then he just synthesizes it all and gives it as gifts to everyone that he knows. It's a fabulous honor to be here. He also will be he's a guest speaker at a lot of churches, which is really kind of fascinating, that his light shines like everywhere and people just want him. And he's also going to be speaking at the Institute of Noetic Sciences this year on natural law, which is just a phenomenal topic. But before he gets to come up here, we have something that's sort of crazy special for you. As a prelude to the talk today, we are sharing a song with you, A Million Dreams from the Greatest Showman.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you were able to immerse yourself in the words of this song. And it has been sort of guided through Spirit to use this as a stepping point to where we need to be. So who's excited to be in 2021? Who's excited to not to be in 2020? Because life is moving at all times. And just like that, we are here in 2021. Everything is in a movement, everything is in a motion. But here we are. But then again, what doesn't happen in our lives, that just doesn't happen. Just like that. Christmas came and it's gone. Other holidays came and they are gone. Just like that, life is happening at all times. And we have to keep flowing into the flow of life instead of be at one point stationary. Similarly, there are other things that are happening in our lives, which is called the natural law of cycles or the natural law of life, or however you want to dissect it. At some point, we were a thought in somebody's imagination or somebody's dream, and here we are in body shape, language, sign, size, whatever it is, as a reality. And we happened just like that. We came, but nothing happens in this world by coincidence. Everything has a divine plan, has a divine natural law and order is in place. So you have to understand where we are in the big scheme of things. It's a beautiful thought. I know you all have heard in your own unique ways. The creation happens in the thought first, and then secondly, it happens outside as a reality. Now, what the thought is, how it transpires into reality could look a little bit different than each other, but nonetheless, something is in motion. But you know what? Everything happens in a moment, and up to that moment, there's nothing but the natural law of action, that we are always taking steps, being in motion, doing things and moving forward. Even to stay alive, we have to constantly take an act of breathing, expanding and contracting our lungs, and to move things in that manner. I was really excited. I gave myself a deliberate off for the last 2 weeks, and I was so excited because it allowed me to sort of break down my own mind. It break down my own processes. And I was so amazed that my life is just like yours, happening. It's not ceasing, it's not stopping, it's not waiting for me. If I'm sitting and brooding on failure, if I'm being gloating with success and achievements, it's happening. It's not waiting for me. I have to keep up with it, and I have to keep moving forward with it. So those 2 weeks of little mindful taking time off was very productive for me. It has brought me a little bit more close to, just like that, things will happen. Now we go back in time, we go through many different religious pathways, how the world was created. We can get into a long discerning debate, but life was still happening even then. It was just happening. The co-creation was always moving, and it was consistently moving to create life and to give us where we needed to be today, right? And everything that is today, I would like to wonder if humans, the first set of humans, would have realized where we would be today. Since nothing is by coincidence, everything is in divine order, I wonder if they knew where they were supposed to be, or where we will end up being, or what the numbers would be. Would they think there was going to be a very slow progression, or will it become billions of population over time? But nonetheless, still, in the underlying part of it is everything is constantly moving. Nothing stops, nothing pauses. Because if that progression stops, then I think we're looking at a total different outcome of society. Now, the part of beauty, what I embrace with my journey in spiritualism, I have been exposed to many other religions as a belief system, as practice, and otherwise. But when I came into spiritualism, it not only allowed me to see there's two sides of the story, my living life, my alive life, the breathing life, the pinch that makes me go ouch. And there is a part of my life that I'm able to see into the spirit world, into the spirit realm, because life is always moving there as well. It is not like we pass on and then everything becomes glorious. We do have that progression of life into the afterlife, and it's constantly happening. Now, I'm not sure if we could dream there in that world, or we create those dream aspect that we touched upon through the songs. But the part is what brings to me in that sense of awareness is we have the suspension of state of beauty that I get to enjoy every day. Now, was this my dream? No, it was not my dream. If I share with you what my dream was when I was growing up as a kid, I wanted a dog, I wanted a horse, I wanted a Jeep. And I wanted to live on some acreage where I can be free. Do I have all that? No, I don't have any of those things. But I do have the world beneath my feet. I do have the ability to daydream. And I think that's what I'm wanting to feel, because I feel Spirit was all pushing me and pushing all of us to say, the ability to dream is the biggest asset I feel we have been given. The ability to imagine what we can be or what our possibilities are, which are endless and innumerable, we have to understand from that part of understanding that is the strongest gift we had. I have to take you all back with me slightly. I am quoting this experience. I would have been around 11 and 12 at that time. And every summertime, we would go and visit our friends for summer vacation. And they had a big, huge living room, and all the children would come. It was like a pajama party. All the relative friends and kids would come. And we all get to enjoy this big square hall. And our beds were on the floor, and we were just having the greatest time. Now, there were a lot of windows in this room. And the traffic outside was still going. And as the traffic would go, the tree limbs and everything would make silhouettes in the walls in there. And to get us to calm down, one of the elder cousins would say, let's make up a story. And every time the shadow would go on, make a story. And everybody gets a turn. Not one person is just taking up all the space to tell the story. And we get to weave in and blend in. It was like a story in continuation. Because the vehicles were not coming constantly. So there would be a pause. There would be nothingness there. And then the light would come, and the tree limb would move, and the wind was blowing, so the shape would change. But as I was sitting here listening to the song and the meditation, the gift of imagination is where all things do occur. All things do occur. Everybody in this room has been brought up to this place by a certain vision, a certain dream, a certain aspect of persuasion, spiritually, emotionally, a need that is based to connect with our deceased loved ones, whatever it may be, the need for healing. But we are all here coming into this place. And as we come into this vortex of this energy, this space, things shift and things change. It brings us much more closer to our own personal, spiritual, soulful journey than you would imagine. But we are coming back to receive something that is all ours. We as the caretakers of this community, as a spiritualist organization, I feel it's a privilege to be here, to be able to offer the space to everybody that walks through our streets and parks and gardens, to take what they need. And it's never anything that leaves us less off. I feel that energy comes back in multifold. There's more to be offered. There's more to be given. So when we give from the spirit of giving, there's never going to be a lack. And just like in this beautiful song as it was playing, where we are is somewhere within our dream state of what we imagine to be ourselves. Now, a long time ago, there was a big aha moment that slipped out of my mouth is, if you are not happy where you are, you also have been given the free will and a free choice to take a step, make an action, do something different to get a different result. However, a lot of us like to stay in one place because that becomes a place of comfort. We get defined by that. It starts to define who we are. And this is where we just sort of freeze ourselves. But we're always evolving. Life is moving, right? And we need to continue to move on with that. I know most and all of us at some point have lost a loved one. And we would have felt devastated by some of those losses. And we didn't want the life to move on. But how long ago was that? And where you are today? Are you carrying on in that motion of life in a persistent manner? So we will go back to where I feel the Spirit is nudging us to talk about. We are in 2021. We are in a space of creativity. And we are moving off a year that was difficult. And we are still resonating with some of those limiting factors from this past year. However, did that year change your dreams? Did that year change your visions? Did that year change your ability to strive and be stronger? We are all alive. We are all doing our best. And we're always pushing forward. And to understand 2021 is just another year. Life is still the same. But guess what? What is consistent at the moment is our ability to create and co-create through our dreams and visions. So in the line of having a dog and a Jeep and a horse, etc., I don't think that dream is coming forward. because there were other dreams I had as a child, as an adult, as a young person, and a grown-up individual. I still can sit there and dream of living in Morocco or traveling in a hot air balloon. That's a power and the fascination of dreams. But to know is where your breath, where your attention is being drawn to, you are co-creating a possibility. It always starts with a sense of possibility. Now, the beauty, what I'm recognizing within the journey of living through being in the present moment, is to recognize, oh, is this something I want to pursue? And I know we've all done that. We've all had those moments. Oh, I want to try that. It may not work out the best way, or it may have worked out in the greatest way. But wherever you are in your life, in your stations, you have lots of memories, lots of experiences, lots of communications that you feel you could change or you could make a sense out of it. But what I'm wanting to say is keep going back to that process of imagination, that process of co-creation, because life is always evolving. Another beautiful thing that I learned in my own way is the progression or the progress is never linear. It's never moving in a straight line. But we are constantly programmed to see progress as to be linear. Step 1, 2, 3, and there's the progress, or there's the end result. It doesn't work that way, does it? It's always life is expanding and contracting. Our laws of expansion are never linear. They can come at any different point. There was a beautiful thing, about the rain in this song, and I had no idea. We all walked in this room within these droplets of rain. The mist, fine mist of rain was there. What are the chances? What are the odds? And that's what I'm wanting all of us to realize. Believe in your dreams. Understand that those visions that you're receiving, no matter how out of sorts they may look like to you or somebody that you'd shared with them, try to believe in a part of that, because it does come to life. It comes to life in your own unique way. To live that part of life. Have I been a good person? Have I been a good son? Have I been a good brother? Have I been a good partner, a spouse, etc.? There's so many questions we get to ask ourselves on an ongoing basis. But our understanding that we have been given a free will and a discernment to understand wherever we are moving on in our lives, it is very much an ongoing part of our journey. So as I bring this conversation to a close, I would like all of us to realize, just like that, we will blink our eyes a few times and this year might be over. And just like that, there would be numerous memories that we'll make on each passing moment. And as we speak of today, will become a past, just nothing but a memory. And how would you want to recognize this as a memory for yourself? I'm here being guided by Spirit to sharing with you whatever is happening in this moment. But all at the same time, I do get to enjoy your energies here that is co-creating those thoughts and impressions in your own unique way. So please embrace your uniqueness. Please embrace your ability of imagination. In understanding, your thoughts can be playful and benign and small and little, but they are thoughts. They're yours. That's your original material. And you need to trust in your own self and understanding you can have this beautiful co-creation moving at all time. And just to remind you, the natural law of cycles is a constant. It's not a point 1 and point 2. It's always moving, and it's always allowing us to experience the beautiful and the brightest place we're in. So from myself to you, a very happy new year of 2021, and know that we are all living and breathing, and that we must embrace who we really are to allow us to stand in our own beauties. And on behalf of Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp, as we're all sitting here, I am so very grateful that this place allowed me to find itself, and it found me both at the same time. And I'm so grateful that we continue to celebrate our 126th year, going on into 127th year into this year. to serve continuously to all that come here. For whatever reason, whatever dreams, whatever visions that brings them here, we do get to serve them without asking for anything. Take what is yours from here and leave what you want to leave behind. But just know the life's going to go on. And just like that, we all will be in a spirit realm in our due course of time, celebrating and rejoicing everything that we have done. So this is a beautiful time Creator has given us to do everything we want to do here instead of waiting for the afterlife to happen, to fix things there. We still have a lot of time. Make your amends, make your corrections, live life with fullness and joy, and just claim all the dreams that you have. And thank you.
That was an awesome pep talk and walk down memory lane, and you tied in the song beautifully. And as a special treat, we've got a horse waiting outside for you. So, just kidding. All right. So there is a beautiful basket in the back next to Reverend Maida Jones, and it is our prosperity basket. And we ask you to make a deposit if you are able to, and we thank you in advance for your generosity. All of the funds are used to keep the buildings and the camp running. And so if you would take an attitude of prayer, we're going to say a blessing over that. Infinite Spirit, we really are grateful for the kindness of each and every person here and their contribution in thought and deed. We pray that they are blessed, and as they leave the camp today, amen. I can't read my writing, I'm so sorry. All right, we have a few announcements as well. Next Wednesday, January 6th, our message bearer for a demonstration of spirit service will be Lori Carter. Next Sunday, our speaker for the Sunday service is Reverend Diane Davis, and the Sunday Lyceum speaker will be Reverend Ed Conklin. Every Sunday, we have Adult Lyceum, also known as Sunday School, from 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. in this building, Andrew Jackson Davis building. To participate in the absentee healing, please print the first name and first initial of the last name of a loved one, a friend, or even a pet in our healing book back on that table. And you can also go to Cassadaga.org to see events at this time and to download a recording of our Sunday service. So we're going to say bye to all of our virtual friends here. Thank you for joining us, and we'll end the live stream at this time.
Ha ha.